Rolling.
Let's take a look at your crankcase filter. How about that? Rain. There we go. Oh, you got the maintenance-free filter. You see that? So that's what you're saying. You actually have it. That's the one with the little, the big 2-inch or whatever hole in it. It looks like a 1-inch hole or something. Okay. That's the maintenance-free one. I don't see any. Moisture or anything like that build up in it. That's good. That would be a really bad sign if we had moisture build up in it. But let's clean it a little bit. Let's clean all these surfaces because now it's going to leak if we don't clean it a little bit.
Okay.
And
what are we going to
put it back on and we'll come back. Okay.
Rolling.
All right, I'm going to put this back on. It says here to torque the screws to 45 inch-pounds. Okay, so I have my torque wrench here, 45 inch-pounds. It says right there, 48.40, and then I dialed it till it says 5.0, so that's 45. And that's what you do. If you over tighten these, you'll pull these brass rings through the plastic, and it'll damage them. So don't over torque it. You always use a torque wrench on this. I know guys that whatever, don't bother, but I've seen a lot of guys mess them up. So I've seen oil change places mess them up too. They're starting to sprinkle. Put this back on here, and you want to torque it down. Okay.
Rolling.
Got my torque wrench on 45 inch-pounds.
Rolling.
Alright, we got this back on. I noticed something else here. I don't know if you want to come check this with the camera. Maybe zoom in on this area here where the flashlight's at. You see that? It's starting to rain out here pretty good too. Guess we might have to call it quits on this video. But you see this wiring is all sitting on top of this pipe. And right there, right under there, it's starting to rub through right there. You can see it's all caved in. The split loom and everything, which rubbing this pipe. But this pipe gets quite hot, so it could also melt it too. That's the air line coming off the air compressor, and it gets quite warm. So you need to zip tie this up and get it off of that line there. That's not a good thing. I noticed back here you got these tires are sitting below. The frame is so high that the tires are actually below the frame. And these are low pro 22.5, so they're not going to be as tall as some tires, but most trucks, I see them anywhere from about here to about here. So this frame really needs to be dropped back down. The airbags are too overinflated. You can see it right here too. If you look down here with the camera, this frame is as high as it'll go. So you need to loosen this up, and then you need to turn this and get this frame back down to a normal height. It's sitting really high. You can see that. I noticed that already. I can see somebody replace your EGR cooler, a long time ago, or recently, or at some point.
It's before I had the truck.
Okay. Cool. It's a little high. You said you topped it off because you had a leak.
I did. I had a leak from two different spots. One was very, very slow. One picked up rapidly. I just replaced it, and I just kept it up that full just because I was putting so much coolant in the truck. It was ridiculous.
And I noticed this lower radiator pipe is rusted out on you. What did you say you had to? You had a leak down there, so you had to patch it temporarily? You have one on order?
I did. Just the plug down there is just rusted out around it.
Yeah, you can see where it's been patched up with a piece of hose clamp and some rubber. Yeah, hey, it got you down the road for now. the problem with these is this pipe right here. You see this? This pipe right here, it rusts out. It's paper thin. It's literally paper thin, these pipes. They're really thin. And that's one of the problems with them. But as well, you've got the older style, you know, the little T-fitting that feeds your heater core and all this. On the older pipes, they were at a 45. Like this one's at a 45. On the newer ones, they're facing straight out. So whenever you order a replacement, you go to the dealership, you always end up with one that's facing straight out, and it doesn't fit. So I can't tell you, there's probably been 4 or 5 guys come over here that I've helped them change that pipe, and the only one available is the one that sticks straight out. So I have to go to Summit Racing or one of the places that does you know, where you can get, you know, these pipes and hoses and stuff. And what we do is we get one of these silicone elbows and a piece of short section of pipe that size, and we just put an elbow that way, a little section of pipe, and an elbow this way, and it solves the problem. That way you can just use the newer style. You said you got the older one on order, though.
I do.
Is it stainless?
Supposedly it
Yeah,
is.
I would put a stainless one on there for sure. Or maybe if you get another replacement, sand it down, even though it is painted. They'll come painted sometimes. Sand it down, and then put a POR 15 on it, POR-15. You know, that's a really good industrial paint that will keep it from rusting. So, you know, that's what I would do if I owned one. I would repaint it with some really good industrial, you know, quality paint, and before putting it on, and maybe possibly wrap it, you know, with something. Because that pipe right there is notorious for going bad on these trucks. I don't see a lot of problems with this truck. It's actually, you know, from what I've seen so far, it's in pretty good shape. You know, I've seen trucks come a lot worse. People come around here when they buy used trucks. This one doesn't look to be too bad so far. Like I say, it's like throwing the dice up in the air sometimes. The turbo doesn't look like it's been overheated. You can see the heat, you know, has bled through into the housing up about a third or so, and that's pretty normal. A lot of times, you know, the guys will run the trucks really, really hard, or they'll run the dog crap out of them. This heat, this ring of heat, where the heat has gotten the paint, will be way up. You know, it'll be way up here. You know, way up past this. And you can tell the turbo's been really hot in the past or something. That one doesn't have any signs of that, so that's good. It's all original still. It's got, you said 489. 480. They usually last 600, maybe 700 or 800,000 if you really take care of them. Typically about 600,000 miles. The turbo does. Before you have to replace it with another one. Where the VG ring and stuff just, you know, the mechanism just finally wears out from use. Looks like somebody did an EGR tune-up on it, or a partial one. At least some of it. There's a new sensor there, a new sensor there. Did you replace the IMAP sensor?
I replaced the IMAP.
How dirty was the old one?
It was
crapped up.
It was bad.
Why do people not service this stuff, you know? You would think by now, you know, I've been putting out videos for a while, and I've been talking about this stuff since probably 2011 or 2012. It's what, 7 or 8 years now, okay? Of people, well, it's well-known problems now, and you would think by now that, you know, the used truck dealers, you know, the repair shops, or somebody by now would say, hey, this stuff is clogging up. Why don't we change this stuff? But to this day, they don't do it. And it burns my butt because it's pretty simple stuff. I mean, a $60 or $70 sensor is going to cost you $10,000 in DPF repairs over and over and over. And they never look at the sensors. To this day, they're still doing that crap. When you take the truck to the dealerships and the repair shops, it's just ridiculous. You know, what did I say last night? You've got an air cleaner on your front of your truck, you know, that catches the dirt coming into your engine so that, you know, the air intake is clean, and your air cleaner's getting clogged with sand all the time. You're getting clogged with sand all the time. You complain about it getting clogged with sand all the time. Well, it's because you're driving down the dirt road, you know. The same thing with the DPF. The DPF's getting clogged all the time. That's because there's something wrong with the engine. You know, the filter is the result of problems up here, not the cause of the problems up there. So and they never take care of this, and then they wonder why that's always failing.